せーのでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
I'm not even really scared of AIDS anymore. I mean, cause how can you with Magic? You see Magic Johnson? He looks fantastic. I can't be afraid. He looks wonderful. He's had AIDS for 15 years. What kind of AIDS he got? The good kind? I want...
Patrice!
He's from the sun. I'm mad at him because I thought I would have a white slave button. I thought it was Vengeance Day. I have me a white family. Oh, big old fat white girl gonna warm my bed up. Get upstairs, Susan. We like, that's why people think ancient dishwashers have predicted the end of the world in 2012, man. I don't believe in that.
Ancient dishwashers.
The apocalypto, goofy little short dude. I don't believe in it. You feel this though? You feel this? It's just like, ooh, because I said ancient dishwashers. But let's be honest, that's some funny shit. But
in the back of her head, her body.
It's called the donkey punch.
Which will then.
Why are you laughing? She's outraged.
Let's talk about Patrice O'Neal. Patrice LaBumba Malcolm O'Neal, born December 7th, 1969. New York, baby. Patrice O'Neal, underrated comedian. When you want to look up underrated comedian in the dictionary, you're going to see a picture of Patrice O'Neal's face every time. Patrice is one of those comedians that you hear with his unabashed humor.
This Chinese dude coughs. It was just fantastic because every other disease they blame on black people. I can't get enough of it. I'm watching TV, monkeypox, and they was doing some magical disease. White people breaking out with this, and so I'm looking, and they doing the report, and they show a composite sketch of some rat from Africa, which means he's black, and they drew it. First of all, I'm like, how do you know the difference between some black rat and some rat from the Bronx? That's the Puerto Rican hat. So they might as well have drew a hat backwards, and so.
And brutal honesty.
Yeah, I got in a little bit of trouble for that too.
Jews went crazy over this, understandably.
Yeah, and I don't see understandably. It really pissed me off because they're like, you're making fun of the people in the ovens. Well, I'm not making fun of the people.
You kind of are, though.
I kind of am not.
I mean, let's be honest here. Only thing would have been worse if you made the cookies skinny.
That there is a uniqueness and unabashed tone to everything.
Look, I've never had a worse breakup. They're all the same thing. Women try to force themselves on me, and I get very frightened. Forcing me to call, forcing me to listen when they call, forcing me to watch the dumb shit they want to watch on television, forcing me to take them out, forcing me to wear what they think I look cute in, forcing me to play Xbox with them when they're not even interested in the game. They get pissed at why. Forcing me to cuddle afterwards, even in the summer. It's hot, bitch. I still love you. Look it.
You just can't, there's just a realism to it, and it's just so wonderful, and it's just so unique. I feel like you get that with Patrice, and he came up on the New York comedy scene in the 2000s and in the 90s. Like, he started his career in 92, mainly on conversational style comedy, mainly with interactions with the audience. He is notorious for saying that he likes to go on stage with little to no material and just riff with the audience and just base off his material off his experiences with life.
Something very important going on because they standing out here in the sun, and you know white people in the sun don't agree. Do these things actually make a difference?
Yes, it does. Because we are...
Hold on, I'm sorry, white lady. Can you mind your business while black people are talking, please? How long you been knowing him not having a good time? How long you been knowing this guy? Because I don't like her. I don't even know I don't like her already. She's just sitting there. Hey.
she's not fun. And you've been trying to make this unfun asshole one day lay down and give you some booty by what? How?
And because of that, there is leagues upon leagues of information and primary sources of his life, from The Black Phillip Show, from his appearances on Opie and Anthony. That's the great thing about Patrice, and one of the things I like to point out about him as well. He is just one of those comedians that just absolutely loves to go there. If you want to see a comedian that just wants to just goes balls to the wall and is just not afraid to speak what's on everyone's mind, and is not afraid to tell it like it is, and just be honest, and just be like not afraid to earn your stripes. Like, hey, like, are you truly honest with yourself? Do you really know what the hell you're talking about? Patrice will really find that out.
They've been having sex for years. My mother had my sister when she was 15. She had me when she was 18. They just were talking about... What are you laughing at?
I don't want to say it. I don't.
Say it. No. Shut up and say it. Don't you dare say it. I won't say it. Don't you dare say his mother's a whore. I understand. My mother was, can I get back? Coming of age in Samoa. You called my mother a whore. I did. I called my great-grandmother a whore last time I was on. I didn't call her. I didn't call her.
She had great-grandmother. She was 6.
Are you really who you say you are? Or are you truly a fraud? It's one of those things, like, because Patrice was honest, and if you're not honest with yourself, Patrice would find that out.
It's funny. This is the thing. I don't know her, but I'm assuming that she has nothing to do with funny. So I'm gonna speak as the expert on funny. Funny people should just be left to try to be funny.
What if they're not funny?
Then you made a mistake. But how many times has how many unfunny rape jokes lead to rape? Like,
I don't know how many jokes about rape there are.
There's a lot, but your world is not funny. Your world is next on the big story. My world is people trying to be funny.
Well, I mean, you think it's okay to try to make jokes about rape?
I'm diabetic. I make fun of that. I'm a victim. I might lose a toe. But I'm trying to make fun of. I'm trying to make fun of anything I think I can make fun of.
Sonia?
You know, what's happening now is the marketplace is deciding what's appropriate or what's not appropriate. I think the nation is just tired. There's a new mood in the nation.
What nation?
The nation. You know what? We're tired of things that are just
the nation is
hurtful,
paper and you? I'm not the nation. I'm just speaking for me and funny.
Now, I think people...
You think they were trying to be funny?
I think now people in this country... Do you think
they were trying to be funny?
Are tired. You know what? I don't care if they're trying to be funny.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you in that business? Well, why not? The attempt is what I'm trying to fight for. The joke funny jokes and unfunny jokes are come out of the same birth. That you don't know if anything is going to be funny. You should attempt to be able to make anything funny. It was trying to be funny.
All right, Patrice, why aren't I hearing Al Sharpton complain about this thing involving comedy?
Because it wasn't involving young black women.
And that's what you would get with the friend circle of Greg Giraldo, Jim Norton, Colin Quinn, the whole friend circle of the New York comedy scene. It's fucking tremendous. And that's how you would get the people from the Comedy Cellar going. And the Tough Crowd and the Cellar Talk, I think. Wait, give me a second. The Green Room with Paul Provenza. Yeah, you could just really see how Patrice just carries himself throughout the room, just knowing that he just carries this wealth of knowledge based on the experience that he carries. If you guys really want to experience the hell of a ride that he experienced in his life, look up the greatest story ever told on radio. Here's a brief snippet of what the hell happened.
But I would like to see them go to jail for falsely accusing motherfuckers of rape. I would like to see...
Do you think that happens that much that you really need to make a...
Yes.
Does it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God. Do you have a story? I mean...
Yes. It was white and blackness involved.
Oh, boy.
She was just...
Well, how long ago this happened?
When I was like 16. My mother found this out. She came home from where she was. And this is bad karma because she was at a funeral. I tell her the story. My mother puts me in the trunk of a car and sends me out of town until she could figure this fucking thing out. Didn't get off.
You didn't?
Didn't get off.
What'd you get charged for?
I was 16. She was 15.
Did they whittle it down to something?
It was not whittled down to anything. Because they said you either plead guilty or you can go to court. We decided to go to trial. But we admitted, yeah, we fucked her.
Yeah.
But it's 16, 15. And that's statutory.
That was statutory.
That's it.
Exactly. And people are wondering what the hell is crazy going on in regards to racial relations in America. This man has experienced it and has the stories to tell. Yeah, this is probably a part 1 of the series because there's a lot to say about this guy, and I really want this to be a springboard to really talk about who Patrice O'Neal is and why he really needs to be talked about more. Yeah, so hopefully this is a good introduction to who this fella is. I really want to try and pay my best to pay tribute to this guy because unfortunately as time went on and it seems like as his career began to blossom because with the introduction of his stand-up comedy special Elephant in the Room, which is a masterpiece in regards to comedy, just beautifully performed and excellent crowd work, and his appearance on the Comedy Central roast of William Shatner, just an excellent performance. And you could just tell that when he's on stage just giving his beautiful riffs, that's a last minute things, but you could tell from Greg Giraldo we're watching something special. And within the year, Patrice O'Neal in 2011 would pass away due to a stroke with complications with his diabetes. It's one of those deaths that kind of took me by surprise. I would inevitably do stand-up comedy, and Patrice has always been one of those influences for my stand-up comedy career. How I tell jokes and how I perform and how I shouldn't be ashamed of how I should carry on, like telling jokes and being myself on stage and not being afraid of your passions and being honest with yourself and not being afraid of. It's one thing that Patrice practiced and like promoted and like kept with that instead of selling out. Unfortunately, he didn't pop off like mainstream wise until like the very end. It's one of those ones where I was like, man, that hit hard. And I appreciate everything he's done. He is easily top 3, if not my favorite comedian of all time. I appreciate everything he's done for the sake of comedy. Very misunderstood and a great soul to the art form. Patrice O'Neal, rest in peace, King. You truly are the hero of our times. Yeah, what would you have talked about during this time? You would be 51. Let's see. Yeah, you would have been 52 in 2022. Wow. Yeah, so much would have happened. Like, because we have the Cult of Black Phillip, and he has so many musings. If you want to hear the Radiohead Creep, a hot take on that. If you want to hear so many relationship advice, because honestly, men's mental health, that is a huge thing. Great archive of musings from Patrice O'Neal that is just there. And it's just sad that there is over a decade's worth of just history that unfortunately we just can't hear the man talk about. What have we gotten thus far? Like, within the past 10 years, we have gotten a Trump presidency. We have gotten the LGBTQ rights in the United States. We have gotten things with North Korea and Russia. And my goodness, so much has happened. Let's put stuff on the screen of things that's happened that Patrice would probably love to talk about.
I am outraged. Name calling. I'm outraged.
Man, so much has happened. My goodness. Yes, thanks future me in editing. I don't know. Have y'all heard about Patrice? Have you all seen his stand-up? Feel free to catch it. You can be able to see a lot of content. I'll throw a couple stuff to watch in the description down below. It's a couple good things. And just remember, people, if you're ever going to consider getting into comedy, remember the famous words of Patrice O'Neal. And, like always, stay safe, everybody. Have a good night.
Your material, man. You're feeling good about that?
Yeah. I love that. I love being able to say anything I want. I had to learn to stop caring about people not laughing. Because the idea of comedy, really, is not everybody should be laughing.
Right.
It should be about 50 people laughing and 50 people horrified.
Right.
'Cause when I was, like,